with the Isle of Man Vicar, walking by the sea, sharing tales and laughter. Come along with me. Morning dew.
Hello again, my name's the Reverend Simon Archer. I am the priest in charge of the parish of Arbury and Castletown, and I'm also known as the Isle of Man Vicar. And well, different spot today, but actually a familiar place. So today I am going for a bit of a walk, just a short one really. I'm at South Barrule, but I'm a different parking spot. I noticed this the other day. We did a prayer walk and we walked through part of the plantation that hasn't been devastated by the storms, we walked along this part, and I just thought how beautiful it was and how peaceful and calm, and I just thought I'd like to come back here and go for a wander. Yeah, so I'm at a parking spot called Solomon's, and Solomon's parking spot, South Barrule. It's just before you get, well, coming from the south, it's just before you get to the turnoff for the kind of South Barrule plantation car park with the coffee cottage and stuff like that. Have I forgotten anything today? Yes, I have. I noticed that I'd forgotten my selfie stick and tripod. It's all right at the moment because I've stuck my Osmo Nano to the car with its magnetic. It's got magnets on it on the side and the bottom, and you can just connect it up to the car, like stick it onto anything metal. Only thing is, when I get out in the woods, I'm going to be struggling to find something metal to stick it to. So we might be having a bit of fun trying to find somewhere to plonk it when I'm making a coffee in a bit. What else have I forgotten? No, I think I've got fuel this time. I've got my coffee. I've even got some noodles and some other bits to kind of make something to eat this time, because it is about lunchtime. So I thought I'd pop out for some lunch, make myself a brew, make myself something to eat out in the woods. We'll see how we go with that. Oh, and I've come here today not in my BMW sports car. I've come in my wife's electric car. She's away at the moment. She's over visiting family in the UK. So I thought I'd. She said she's only just got it, and I thought I'd give it a go. You know, just kind of try it out. She gave me permission. So I'm out in the electric car. I'll show you that in just a second. And yeah, what else was there? Was something else? Yes. I'm trying something different with the camera, so I'm going to use the cat mounted to get a point of view. But Anthony mentioned it. I knew that the feature on the camera was there, so I've been using rock steady because that's one of the recommended settings by a couple of the kind of YouTubers out there. Go use rock steady and de-warp and all the rest of it. And actually, there is a horizon kind of balanced thing, so keeping the horizon to keep it level. And I find that with the POV stuff with this camera on my cab, as I turn my head and lean my head, some people are getting a bit seasick with it. So we're going to try using it with the horizon balance instead. It changes, it's all digital, so what it does, it kind of zooms in. It has all this extra space around it that it can move within to keep it steady, so it's all done digitally. So we'll give that a go and see what the footage comes out like. Doesn't matter, does it? Give it a try. You know what my videos are like. They're very unedited and kind of as you get them, and I don't try and be too fancy with it. And we'll have a chat along the way. I'm using the microphone that's built into the DJI Osmo Nano, and it's done quite well for me so far. Been really happy with it. I think the microphones on here are superb. I do have the other microphone with me if I needed to, but we'll see how we go. I'm kind of keen just to keep it really simple today. So yeah, let me show you the car. Let me show you the car. We do this like this. We don't even bother stopping and starting usually, so we'll just turn it round and we'll pop it the other way. And yeah, so this is the new fancy electric car that my wife's got. And it's been an interesting experience. So yeah, I'm just trying out an electric car for the first time. I don't think I've driven an electric before, have I? Can't remember. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the camera on my cap, and then we've got it. Yeah, horizon balance it's called. I'm recording 4K 25 frames per second. It is a bit dark and a bit gloomy, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Can I get this to stick on and clip on? Make sure it's all completely clipped on. They dropped this the other day, so, and we'll see how we go. It is a bit grey today, but this is going to be this time of year. And as I say, I've not been here before. Let's make sure I just double check I've locked my wife's car, because if it was gone by the time I got back, it's not likely to on this island, but you know. Yeah, it's a bit grey. We'll need to do some colour correction. It's a bit dark, but I'm not going to mess around with it now. Put that in my pocket. And I don't really know where I am particularly. I kind of got an idea. I don't really worry too much about that. I'll easily find my way back, so it's just a case of I thought I'd start somewhere different, because this takes me straight into this, which is absolutely beautiful. We've had loads of rain. It's a bit grey today and a bit windy. We've had a bit of rain, but it's kind of nice. What you find on days like this, I will say, it sounds really mean, but you're generally on your own. There's a few people I saw out walking dogs and things, because I went past the turn in, the sat nav didn't quite get me to the right spot, but that's what I love. So I've said before, I like uniformity and things being quite organised, if you like. And I'll tell you what, the plantation here, and we'll see it more as we walk along, but the plantation here, you see how organised the tree plant is. Terrible for the environment, I know. It's why we've had such devastation here at South Barrule, because the outside trees tend to have the deeper roots because they're on the edges, and if they get knocked down, then everything else is quite weak because they're planted too close together. It changes you don't get so much flora and fauna because it blocks out a lot of the light on the ground. So you can see here, it's very nice, but it's all pine needles. So I'm already spotting places I could make a brew. Brought my fire maple set with a little table, the petrol set. There's a new one out. It's like, new one that connects to the pot, physically kind of clips in place. I think that's because the pot can be a bit wobbly on it. It kind of sits in the heat exchanger, but can be a bit wobbly, so they've produced another one, but I'm not going to buy it. I really do have everything I need now. Well, admittedly, I'm looking outdoor gear essentials. Have got some nice sleeping, what are they called now? They're blankets, like so they're not sleeping bags, but they're 3 to 4 season. Although it get cold here, especially if it's windy, it doesn't get too cold because our proximity to the sea, so it shouldn't get much below, most of the time, about 5 degrees. I've camped colder than that in the UK in like April, May time. Took some time off after Easter once to go for a bit of a personal retreat, and didn't realise it was going to get quite so cold at night. I think last time we walked up that way, which is nice. It takes you out back to, you can go right and go back to the car park for South Barrule plantation, but this, walk a little bit further along and see what we can see. So a short walk, make something to eat, just being outside. So part of the health of, oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, something else I've got with me, isn't there? So I don't know if you can see on there, let's have a look. So it's a bit squishy underfoot. These beautiful mushrooms growing up the tree. big log hanging above my head. Oh yes, what is it I've got? So I don't know if you'll see this, but this isn't a DJI, it's in a DJI bag that I nabbed when I got an extra microphone. But I've picked up a little compact camera, a little Sony, it's an old one. It's a Sony W something or other, DSC W800, 21 megapixel camera. The reason I've got this is just because, actually I'll go back to those mushrooms. What am I doing? Let's try it out. There's a bit of a thing at the moment where people are taking photos with older cameras, kind of getting away from the higher megapixel, super sharp stuff, and getting kind of the atmosphere you get with an older camera. So, but that means all the old cameras have become incredibly expensive. It's very blurry. Actually, I don't know how, but the lens seems a little blurred, smudged. I've cleaned it all so many times. I've cleaned the whole camera. Let's try that again. I'll take a few photos along the way. It's a little slow. We'll see. I even think the button on the top's a little bit. But get an old bad camera to take photos with, but it's something to try out. Cost me £20, and I know these going for parts are about 50 or 60, so I've got it on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if I'll show these photos when I my actual phone will take better photos. I know that, but there's something about playing about with different cameras and seeing what they bring. We'll have a nose about and see if we can take some interesting shots. I'm much better in bright light. So if you've got good daylight, then this camera is definitely a lot better. Doesn't work well in low light. The flash just washes out everything. It's really good, but it might be fun. At the moment I'm taking them in 4x3s. I'm kind of going real retro, because quite a lot of my photos are taking 16:9 because it's a format that works well with the TV screen or phone, or if you're watching on YouTube, fits in nice. Let's see what it's like. It does have like a almost automatic macro mode. I've changed the colours on it to a particular. We might just go in and put it to normal. Oh, I think that's meant to be like a toy camera, so this is probably going to be tail shoot. I'm playing about. Shoot dramatic shots. Oh, I can do black and whites. Colourful. Let's just change this to. Let's do the intelligent auto. Right, we'll try it like this now. Yeah, I think it was on some kind of setting that made it look like it was a toy camera, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, probably not the best setting. I was just playing about with it before. Yeah, so I picked up a little compact camera. Hopefully, what you'll see now is less wobbly. They might not be quite as steady because it's not on rock steady, but it should keep the horizon, so it shouldn't have that kind of sort of sweeping, tilting all over the place as I walk. Should stay fairly level. A nice little compact, just chuck it in my pocket. So hello to Sally and family, another family looking to move over to the Isle of Man. They're coming from Dubai. Thank you very much for your email, very encouraging. But just always give that word of warning. I've said it many times. I love the place. Not everyone does. Not everyone will. But don't move here because I say it's great. Find out yourself. But they're coming over to visit, and they're coming at the right time of year. And I mean, when it's probably at its worst, weather-wise, or no, not quite at its worst, but you know, not looking too great. Beautiful. Right, I'll let you get on with your walk. Nice to meet you.
Okay,
bye. Bye. Beautiful. Lovely couple of Springer Spaniels there. Oh, it's true though. It's often people don't know how to react around dogs, and they can be quite jumpy or nervy or whatever it might be, which is okay, you know, it's understandable. But dogs bark, they have a voice. Ours can be a little, she's not aggressive, but she's protective. So she's protective of the house. That's her space. So if anyone new comes in, they get barked at quite a lot. But yeah, we had my daughter's friend came round, wasn't bothered, and she immediately loved her to bits because she didn't give her all the any reason to get like to be nervous around her, because she was confident. Little stream running down, get a lot of the paths turn into streams along here. It's all gated off. Ah, oh, and you get to look out to sea. Beautiful. It's breezy, it's not too bad though. I wouldn't say it's terrible. No snow yet. Do get quite a bit of we get a little bit of like frost and ice and a little bit of snow high up in the hills, but very rarely lower down. A little bit last year higher up. In fact, the mountain road was closed for quite a while. I don't think that was in January. I think it was before Christmas, but lovely. Don't know whether we really want to walk down this way, but we'll have a look. I think we can go for a walk in the woods, find somewhere to block ourselves. The thing with walking on these is you've got to be careful not to trap your feet in between stuff. And twist your ankle. Just take it steady, take it slow, it's fine. And it's obviously a path here. At some point it's been a path. Still wearing my Vivo Barefoot Forest Escapes, Forest ESCs. So they're a bit more of a summer boot, but funds aren't going to be there to get the winter version at the moment, because I think it's about 120 to 140 pounds, something like that, if I get it even with a discount. But I wouldn't mind getting some for the next 3 months. I do have some big heavy leather walking boots, which will be fine. If you do want to fund stuff like that, cotton bud in the middle of here. If you do want to fund the walks, the gear, the coffee, the lunches, that sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But if you want to help out, I do have a Patreon. I'm an Isle of Man Vicar, of course, and I do have buy me a coffee, so you can make like small donations to the stream. I've reached the point where I could be funded by some more ads and things like that, but unfortunately not available on the Isle of Man at the moment. So but we're up to, I think, 650 subscribers. If you're watching this video, I should say, do subscribe, do make a comment. The main thing I think I'm missing at the moment is I'll get 200-300 views on a video, but I might only get a couple of comments. But if you're watching, and if you're watching for a reasonable amount of time, just say hi, just put a little thumbs up, a little anything you like the stream, I would say like the stream, so years of live streaming, like the video, so click the thumbs up, make a little comment. If you like, the big thing would be to share it, but I know not everyone wants to share it, that's fine. But yeah, do that sort of thing. Oh, we've got, it's like some not Malamutes, Huskies. You can tell one of the big things about Huskies, often they're on the lead because they do like to run off and don't really care what people think, and don't really care about where they are or where their owner is. They can do go for runs. Sometimes we used to have a husky that used to escape its garden, end up sitting in our back garden, not over here, another place, and we just look out the back door and go, oh, look, we've got a wolf in the back garden, that's interesting. So I'm not going to walk along the path here. This will take us back down roughly to where we were. Yeah, it's not always about going for massive long 6-mile walks. I don't mind. I do walk regularly. I don't always film. But sometimes it's just about getting out for a bit in nature, enjoying the fresh air, the view, the surroundings, the nature. Definitely not always about having to go on some massive stride. I always say a lot of people going, oh, you know, how far did you go? How quick did you get there? It's like, oh, not really interested in going, oh, I must do this in 3 hours. I did it in 3 hours 15 minutes last time, let's cut the time. This is what I mean about the lines of the trees. I can walk up here a moment, you'll see what I mean. Just the kind of look at that. I always find it sort of fascinating, and you can see at some point they've been cut in between, and then they stopped really looking after it enough. But they are starting to cut back now and forest and harvest, and they seem to, I think they've got a good way of exporting to places that need the timber. So yeah, I think more of the same, because it clears out some of these rows, and then that makes space and light for other things to grow. So we'll find a spot in a moment, probably where there's a fallen tree. I can sit up a little bit, not sit on the floor. I've just brought my mat with me today. So yeah, it sounds like going back to people moving here. Got a few people who have watched the videos and telling me about moves over here. I've just spoken to someone who I've contacted on TikTok who's looking to arrange a remembrance walk in 2026 and going to meet up for a cup of coffee and a chat. James, hello to James. James I met with, he came round and had a cup of coffee with me. So it's nice to connect to people online and to connect with people in real life as well. I mean, online is real life. It's not like it's fake, is it? It is real. It's just a different way of communicating. But you can get a little bit. People go, oh, IRL, met IRL. Well, you know, not everyone can get out and do IRL. Some people are immobilised at home and unwell or struggling with anxiety or mental health. So that's quite interesting. So that is their real life. So we can't be too quick to dismiss. Is that a fallen tree root, or no, in my luck I'll sit on an ant's nest. So that shouldn't be too busy this time of year. Oh. Didn't know whether that looked like it was something I could sit on or not. Does that feel solid, or it feels quite spongy? Most of this probably will be because it'd be rotten wood, but we'll have another little wander through some of these little pathways and find a spot to. This is one I noticed, a mossy log. It's a bit close to the path, but I'm sure I'll be particularly mindful if I make myself a brew and some grub out here. Let's try a flat one. Yeah, this looks good. Right, I'm going to pause for a moment as I try and set up to make a cuppa and make myself some lunch. Let's see how we go. Find the button. Here we go. Right. Dropped it again. Let's see if we can find a spot that works. Not too bad. Balancing it with twigs and stuff. Let's try not to get my backside too wet. Hey, that's not too bad, is it? Right. Okay. So, get my mug off the top first. So this is the, I've shown this before, this is the little table. It's got leg one side and it's held up by the gas canister, which we'll get out now. He says, because he's remembered things this time. Don't know if it works with the, it should do. So yeah, it's the Fire Maple Petrol, Petrel. and it's got a little fire guard which is by Optimus, which is fine. It's the petrol G3, I think, pot with the fire maple something stove. Don't need the stand. The fire maple something stove. That's what you need, isn't it? All the details. Probably should have screwed this on beforehand, but come on, you. No. Ah. Yay. It's got a double seal on the ring on this. I really like that because it does mean that you don't get that kind of, I'm sure it's working, you don't get that kind of hiss of gas when you're doing it up or anything like that. So we're going to pour some water in to make a cuppa first. It does have some marks along the side, but we're going to need plenty of water anyway, because I'll make a cuppa and I'll top it up a little bit to do the noodles that I've got with me. So I've got everything. Is that it? Is that what I'm looking for? I think so. I've got a pizza electric. Okay, so the pot's got a heat exchanger in it, so it does warm up really quick. So that's good. Got somewhere to put my cup, so that's good. I'm just going to have some coffee. Not too breezy in here, so I can pour it out now. Sometimes I don't put the coffee in until later because it's you end up with it blowing everywhere. But that should be fine. Wrapper goes back in my bag straight away to be thrown away later. So I've got that. So yeah, I've got hands are quite cold. It's getting to that time of year again where it feels a little bit chilly. Also noticing my mic's really topping out. It shouldn't be. I turned the gain down on the microphone, but it may have moved back. So a couple of bits I've got is I've got some Noodles, which I just got from Deals in Douglas. So it's like a basically Poundland. It is like owned by the same company, but they call it Deals, and it's not a pound because it's slightly more expensive. Obviously with import and things like that, it is a little bit more expensive. But I've got some of these Kellogg's. Wet bum. Move that a bit forward. Got some of these Kellogg's instant noodles. There's some chewing gum in my mouth as well, that doesn't help. Kellogg's instant noodles, and I have to try in it and to try some Polish, like it's a pork kind of pepperoni type thing, but loads of it for a couple of quid. It's called Tarczyński Cabanos exclusive pork, high protein content, gluten free. I don't need to be gluten free, but there you go. There's some of that. If you're interested, just pick them up from Tesco's. Really good to go down like the aisle, the international foods aisle, because you tend to get some really good things like that, like porks, especially sort of Eastern European stuff. You get lots of really good sausages and cheeses and things like that you can get if you've got like a local store like that. This is, yes, it's a knife, so it's kept away in my bag, and I'll just use that to chop things up. But it's a Mora knife, MORAKNIV, Mora knife. Oh, it's boiling already, so we can turn that off. We'll turn that down for the moment, so it's ready to go. That's how quick it is. So we've now got our cup of coffee. And what we need to do now is top it up, it's boiling again, to 300 ml. Really can't see it on the side, let's have a look. That's ounces. That's... Okay, right, well, we'll add more water if we need to. We'll just work it out as we go. I'm sure that's plenty, he says. No idea. You can always add a little bit more water. Yeah, they're really good if you're doing bushcraft and stuff. You have to be careful of the laws. Don't carry it around with you all the time. Mine's not carried on my person, I carry it in my bag. But it's got three different oil and flavour pouches in there. So we're going to chuck that in there like that. 3-second rule, yeah, it'll be fine. It's only pine needles. We'll go like that, and we'll pop the lid. Take the flavour packets out. Pop them in. I will use the flavour. I tried it the other day just to see what they're like. I didn't want to take it out with me and find that I didn't like them. So they are quite lemony. This is interesting. That's what I wanted the knife for. Let's open up this packet. And we'll try a bit, and then we'll... Well, if it's nice, we'll pop it in there and we'll have noodles and sausage. So what I aim for generally is just high protein stuff when I'm out. Occasionally do steak, eggs great. Oh, it's like one piece. Okay, break's all right. Really good. Pepperami, basically. What's that floating in it? Hopefully it's just coffee. Yeah, it's just coffee. It doesn't seem to want to dissolve. Put the lid back on that. Oh, it's too good. So we'll in a moment we'll... Oh, let's get my spoon out. Oh, I love my gadgets. So this is the jet boil spoon set. And the reason I like this, it's got a knife, fork, spoon, fine, yeah. What shall I use? I'll use the fork, I think, because I can use the fork and the spoon. Or I could use the knife to cut that. I won't cut myself with my super sharp knife. So these, the good thing about these is you can actually, he says, he pulls it apart. You can put it and make a really long spoon for when you've got the pouches. If you're going to have the sort of camping pouches of foods, so you can extend the spoon and make it a bit shorter, or you can have it at its shortest length, which is all I'll need for this, I think. Yeah, probably. And same with the fork. So again, if you're eating something from a pouch, you can just extend it out and you've got this extra long fork. Right, now turn that down a bit. This is going to be a good test for simmering. What we'll do is we'll have a look. Don't need the fork and the spoon at the moment. We'll use the spoon for stirring. I might make it a bit longer just to so I don't burn myself. So that's starting to cook the noodles. May put a little bit too much water in. That's fine. You can let it cook off a bit. At the moment, tastes of nothing. And we have these 3 little pouches, and this one's the dry one. I'm going to put the dry one in first because probably be less messy to do that bit first, making sure I collect even the tiniest bit of plastic, making sure that goes in the bag. We'll put that in there, and then we'll add the others as well. And that's like a liquid, and then that's an oil. Which I'll get all over my fingers without a doubt. If I recall, one's like a soy sauce almost, and the other one's like a chili oil. It's quite zesty, quite lemony. He says, oh, that might be a powder as well, you know. No, one's an oil, another one's like a powder. We'll get it all in there. And with the lid off, we'll get a bit more steam coming off it. So it'll be a bit thicker, hopefully, because I might have had to do it. Just didn't seem like a lot of water, but it does now. It's fine though. You can always drink it afterwards. Don't waste anything. Nice. Right, let's use the plastic knife. I don't think we need the sharp knife to cut this sausage. It comes in a huge long reel. And we'll just get some bits in there. Yeah, it's fine. And then it saves me accidentally losing a finger in the middle of the woods. Loads in here. Must be like a couple of metres of sausage. It's great. I'm going to keep going for a bit. Won't hurt to have a bit of protein. Oh, dropped a bit. Animals will get that. That's fine. That's probably enough just to give it something extra. And how are we doing? Let's make sure it's not sticking to the bottom, which it isn't. It's doing fine. Let's simmer away, have a little sip of coffee. Lovely. Shall we have a look? Do you want to have a look? Right, let's switch this camera around, give you a peek. So, here's my cup of coffee, perfect. There's my noodles and sausages sizzling away. Smashing. So, let's turn this around. Realising, of course, that it's now going to be a pain in the backside to get it to balance again and keep me in shot. But hey, you want to see what's going on, don't you? Yeah, so I go to all this trouble just to make some noodles that I can make at home. A cup of coffee, which I'll probably be able to make with milk rather than instant. And I've got fresh coffee at home, and I've got even coffee pods that I can use with my little mobile coffee maker thing that I could take out sometimes. Well, when my hands are freezing and, you know, well, should we look at the view? I'm literally surrounded by trees, but not far from the path. I can hear the sound of cars going past. Let's see if I can get that to balance with that, set myself on fire. Yeah, so make sure I'm on the pad. You know, it just gets you outside. So worth it. With a hot cup of coffee in my hands, warming me up. My little pot of noodles bubbling away. Probably sticking to the bottom now. Did it again. I might use a little less water, but it's not bad. Right. There we go. Got a bit of a kick as well. It's a bit spicy. With the not the sausages. Sausages are quite plain, like porky, but not like not like not got any other real spice to them. But yeah, let's have a little bit of this sausage then. I can't get it. I can't. There you go. And some noodles. Right, I'm going to eat this, drink my coffee, and come back to you when we're done. I've washed up. Oh, catch you in a mo. Right, okay. That was nice. Really enjoyed that. Nice bit of grub. Nice cuppa. And cup of coffee. Good to get out. So I'm going to put you back on my hat so we can walk back to the car together. You know, just running. That was quite it's quite spicy in the end. So I drank the broth at the end, which is lovely. That was good. It was good. Really cheap. I've got loads of the protein, the pork left. So anyway, let's put you back on my hat and we'll walk back to the car. He says, making sure it's stuck on properly. You know what it's like. Just I can't look down at the screen. If I look down at the screen, then you'll see. You won't see anything. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this sort of horizon balance view. Whether that's slightly less disorientating, or I think that was what the problem was, is people are finding that a bit uncomfortable. So interestingly cold though. I mean, I've got gloves on me. I could put my hands in my pocket. That's a nice thing about the cat mounted and the POV stuff. When you've got, I used the chest mount before when I was using the Osmo Pocket 3. Oh, and I'll be releasing some videos for the diocese soon. So I mean, if you're watching this and you fancy following the diocese on Facebook, that'd be great. We have started a TikTok account which hasn't really had anything on it yet, but will do soon. And YouTube will be a new YouTube account because the other one's impossible to get into, so it's been a bit interesting. But yeah, if you fancy following the Diocese of Sodor and Man on X and on TikTok and on Facebook, that would be great. But I've been filming with the Bishop Patricia Hillis, or Trisha Hillis. So Bishop Trisha has been recording some Advent reflections, and we've got some load of materials that are coming out, so you can, if you're a Christian and fancy looking through some reflections and materials and having something to run through Advent, if you're not doing something with your own church, or perhaps your own church wants to use it, you're very welcome to. You can help yourself to those materials. We would like them to be a resource for anybody who wants to do some weekly Advent reflections. They'll be available on the website pretty soon. And I'll be sharing them on the Facebook page and things like that on a weekly basis. But we can make the materials available to anybody who might request them, to have them all in advance. Anyway, because there's people parked in front of the car and kind of want to say goodbye, let's do this here instead, because I'm going to do it in front of a load of workmen. I think I'm absolutely nuts, which I am, of course, but that's not the point. So let's take this off there. That's how quick it was to get back to the car. Come on, let's do this. Right. Hey. Hello. Right. Well, finger over the lens. That's not so good. Let's try the other hand. That's better. So, you know what I'm going to say. Firstly, like, share, make a comment on the stream. Support me on Patreon or buy me a coffee, all under Isle of Man Vicar. Follow me on all the socials. Little clips of these videos go out on TikTok, Reels, on X as well. But if you search the socials Isle of Man Vicar, you'll find me. Yeah, it'd be great. Just come and join me on my walks and support the channel. That'd be fantastic. So take care of yourselves. More importantly, take care of each other. God bless. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.